That sound of a squeaking door is like fingernails on a chalkboard. If you're tired of your doors squeaking every time you open them, this video is going to really help you. We're going to go over some of the most popular hacks for stopping the door from squeaking, but in reality, they're only a temporary fix. And then I'm going to show you the 2 best ways to stop that squeak permanently. Now, one will cost you more in time, but less in money. And the other one will cost you more in money, but less in time. But the thing is, both are guaranteed to be a permanent fix. So let's get started. I've tried almost all the hacks that say they'll stop a hinge from squeaking. Some did absolutely nothing to help the problem, while others seemed to work at first, but unfortunately the squeak came back, and actually it was worse than before. I tried the soap, I tried the wax, the beeswax, the cooking oil, the olive oil, the WD-40 or lubricating spray, and while some of these might seem like they've solved your problem at first, they're just a temporary solution. So before we get started on these 2 ways, first of all, make sure that your door is hanging correctly and it's not sagging off to the side, and that's what's causing your hinges to bind or to squeak or make noise. So if it is and you need to fix that, check out my video up here. I'll leave a link to it on how to fix a sagging door that won't close. I'll also leave a link in the description below. So this first method, it'll cost you more in time but less in money. And let me tell you what I mean. So the key to a long-lasting fix, the first thing you have to do is actually remove the hinge pin, because we have to clean the inside. We can't just spray and hopefully something gets in there. We have to clean the holes that are on this hinge. So when this pin goes inside of there, it's not going to be rubbing against anything, and we need to lubricate it. So before we take the pin out, we want to brace the door, because we don't want to pull the pin and have the weight of the door fall and cause more damage than what we're doing, like this. So there's 2 things we can do. One is to put a door stop under the door to keep the door from falling down, and the second is to put some sort of a shim or a wedge between the door and the door jamb to keep it tight. So in order to remove the pin from the hinge, you can use a big nail. And from the very bottom here, you just want to take a hammer to hit up, or you can use a regular punch, put it inside here, and use the hammer. I used a rubber hammer here in case you hit the side of the trim. So just keep it tight, and you want to hammer up. But the best thing I enjoy doing, so you don't have to carry around a hammer and be concerned about hitting the trim, I use this. It's called a spring tool, and I'll put a link in the description in case you need it. This has a spring on it, obviously. And when you hold tight on this and you pull it backwards, you can see the inside, and it hits it and knocks it up. So all you gotta do is hold it up underneath it here, hold it tight, and it pushes the pin up just like this. Then I like to take a pair of pliers or some side cutters, put it on here, and just, door will move a little bit. But you can see, because I put the door stop underneath of it, it has very little movement and less chance of doing any damage to the door. Now if I'm working with carpet underneath of me or something, I don't want to get all the dirt or rust fall on there. I usually I've got these yogurt cans, cut a piece off, and I'll just tape it right to the side here so it'll catch anything that's fallen in there. I'll just put it down lower so I can use my rod when I'm cleaning it out. And many of you know what this is. I actually picked this up at a either garage sale or flea market. I think it was like $5 I paid for this whole thing. I like to take this with this wire brush, and it fits perfect inside these to clean them out perfect. So now that I have my cup underneath to catch anything that falls out from inside the hinge, and my hinge is there, I'll go ahead and I'll take my brush and just start cleaning out the inside of it. Just keep going in. And usually that's all it takes to clean it out. If you don't see a lot of dirt and rust dropping down, that's all you need to do. So you can see the rust that's on this pin, and that's what's causing all the squeaking, plus it being so dry. So in order to clean this off, I normally take this, it's this 4/0 steel wool, because it works the best. And I just take it and rub it on here just to clean all the areas of rust off. And you can tell when you get it finished because it'll be nice and smooth with no more rust on it. So once it's clean, we need to apply a long-lasting lubricant. Like petroleum jelly is one perfect one. It's cheap. I'm sure you have it around your house. If you have a Teflon type grease, something like that that's long lasting. You need something that's more of a jelly type or a paste type than a liquid. So the next part is we have to put a lubricant inside. Now there's a lot of lubricants on the market. Regular petroleum jelly works great. If you want an inexpensive way, I normally take a long Q-tip, take some on, put it inside there, put it on from both sides. Make sure you get it all up around inside there, but you don't want to get it. And you take the pin, and you don't need a lot, but just go ahead and wipe some of the lubricant on it, mostly toward this side, because once you push it in, it's going to spread it all the way to the top. And you're going to put your pin on top, push the shims in and out to get it even, and all we have to do is push our pin down in there. And it should pretty much go in there by hand. And then just hammer it. Clean up your extra lubricant. And that's done. So you want to do that to all three hinges. Don't skip them. Just do them all and get them finished. And that's it. That's a permanent fix. You're not going to have to go back and work on that again at all, because it's going to stay fixed and no more squeaks. Now the second method will cost you more in money and less in time. And what that is a method I most often use if I have a customer or I don't want to spend the time, and it's just go out and buy new hinges. You've got 6 screws on each hinge. You take off one hinge at a time, put the new hinge on there. This, you can pick it up at a big box store. This set right here cost me less than $10, and you've got brand new hinges that you don't have to worry about it, because a lot of times those hinges, they're in pretty bad shape. So even though you get the inside cleaned out, even though you get the lubricant inside there, it still might look pretty bad. But what you want to do is when you pick up your hinge, make sure you get the length correct and also the radius and the color. You don't want to pick up an antique or a brass looking color when you have nickel plated or silver hinges. So make sure you have those things there. You don't have to make a special trip. Just next time you're out and you pass by the big box store or the hardware store, pick up a set of these for an interior door, and that's all you have to do. So let me show you how quick it is to replace this. You've got 3 screws. I always like to take these bottom ones out first. And remember, the new hinges will come with new screws. And all we do is the holes here will have a bevel to them, so you want to keep the bevel out, the pin on the top, hole on the bottom. So we're just going to put one on there, and they'll pretty much hold right in there. You don't want to tighten them up all the way at first. Just leave them a little bit loose until we get all the screws in there. And once you get it there, and that's it. Your hinge is on there, it's done, and no noise. Just take your time, take out one at a time, and install a brand new hinge. So that's my go-to method. If I'm fixing it for a customer's door or myself, I just replace the whole hinge. There's no callbacks, no second visits, just a job done right the first time. So, which fix should you use? Now that depends on how much time you want to spend. You can try a quick fix with the soap, the wax, the WD-40, but if you want a permanent, no squeak door, clean the hinge pin, grease it, or replace the hinges. And as I said, for me, I'd rather spend my precious time doing something I really enjoy instead of cleaning rusty, old, worn out hinges. So what about you? What's your preference? Leave a comment and let us know. And if you need the best tools and lubricants, check out my Amazon storefront link in the description. It'll show some of the latest and our favorite tools, gadgets, things that we would recommend and use to help you find the right things quickly. And if this video helped you, hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already for more home repair hacks. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss a new video. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You guys take care and God bless.